There's a brand new Star Wars film on the horizon, and by the horizon, I mean 2025, and it's bringing back a beloved Star Wars character, one that didn't in any way, shape, or form destroy the franchise and make it go on a 6-year movie hiatus and turn Star Wars into a 25-minute TV series that was only available on streaming.
Is that like a personal attack or something?
Let's see who's going to helm this Titanic ship. Helm this ship. Hi everyone, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface. The Disney Star Wars sequel trilogy was a major disaster. It had horrific diminishing returns in a franchise that should have actually grown and grown. So much so that the movie aspect of the franchise was put on hold, and it will be on hold for 6 years.
This is the way.
This is the way. This is the way.
Shut up! Will you just shut the f up? With your stupid, this is the f wife. Ah!
I bypassed the compressor.
Predictably, Access Media started falling all over themselves to heap praise upon Lucasfilm, desperate to get some crumbs from this table. Daisy Ridley's return as Rey is the spark of hope Star Wars' cinematic future needs. Yeah, the spark of hope that burned the whole franchise down to the ground. Real Madrid defender in line for return to starting 11 in Copa del Rey final. Oh, no, this is not the right article. Oi, where did I hire you from? Batwoman. Fucking hell. You're fired. Out. Out. Yeah, if you could just put my post on the side, that'd be great. Yeah, cheers. All right, see you. Out. This writer's strike is getting insane. Daisy Ridley to return as Rey in one of 3 new Star Wars films. Oh, heaven help us. Ridley will play her character Rey in a story set 15 years after the events of the 2019 film The Rise of the Stokepokers. The upcoming movie will focus on rebuilding the new Jedi Order as powers rise to tear it down. Wait a minute. Isn't that just the same rehashed story that they used for Luke in The Last Jedi? Oh, but of course, Rey will succeed where Luke failed because this is Disney. Over the course of the sequel trilogy, the box office went from $2 billion to just over $1 billion, essentially halving its audience, definitely halving its box office money. And a lot of the failure and accountability was placed on the terrible characterization and also the way that the legacy characters were treated.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
So it makes absolutely zero sense to bring back a failed character from a failed trilogy from a franchise that's failing since Disney took it over. Considering it's not just the Star Wars franchise which is suffering at the hands of Disney right now. Remember Strange World? Don't worry, nobody does. It's an animation that came out last year from Disney, coming in at around about $135 to $180 million budget, and did just less than 70 million worldwide, losing them somewhere in the region of $100 to $150 million. Not a recognizable brand? Okay, how about this? Lightyear, as in Buzz Lightyear from Toy Story. That brought in just over $218 million worldwide, with a budget of $200 million. Now, it says down below, probably lost the company in the region of $106 million. Double that. It probably lost them somewhere in the region of $200 million. But what does Lightyear and Strange World have in common? They were both pushing alternative lifestyles onto children. And people are getting real sick and tired of having their children targeted. Do you know what movie didn't do that and just wanted to entertain the kids? Super Mario Brothers. Not only has this movie smashed over the $1 billion mark in just less than a month, but it also came in at a budget around about $100 million, making this exceedingly profitable. So what has this got to do with the return of Rey in the next Star Wars movie? Well, you don't make these decisions at a corporate level by accident or by stupidity. They are made very much on purpose, just like the return of Rey is back very much on purpose. So let's just have a look at who's going to be directing the next Star Wars movie.
My name is Obaid-Shinoy, and I am directing the next Star Wars.
Well, howdy doody, how you doing? Now, don't worry, I am absolutely convinced that 100% of you have no idea who this person is. That is because they are a filmmaker. They are known in their own circle for making documentaries, quote, a known activist for her work in films that highlight gender inequality against women. Well, that's quite ironic considering you're just about to take on REY STKPALPAWALKERTINE.
Excited about bringing Daisy Ridley back into the Star Wars galaxy.
You're the only fucking one who is.
And in telling her story, I'm excited to be immersed in the Jedi Academy. And I think there is so much excitement around the new Jedi Order.
I'm not sure you got the memo, but this character killed the fucking franchise.
I've always kicked open doors that were previously closed.
What, like the kitchen?
And I think my feeling is that there is a critical mass of women who have begun to move forward in places.
Oh, I absolutely agree with you. Coming into places, into franchises you know nothing about, kicking down those doors and then going on and destroying them. Kathleen Kennedy, I'm looking square at you.
That were previously closed to them.
For very good reason. You know nothing about Star Wars. You know nothing about big budget filmmaking. You know nothing about filmmaking in general. And yet you've been given one of the biggest franchises in the world. I say one of, it used to be the biggest. Now it's in chopped liver. And you're being allowed to create a feminist, gender inequality Rey movie. If that isn't the epitome of privilege, I don't know what is.
I've been a filmmaker and a storyteller for the last 20 years.
Steady, you made a lot of shorts, you haven't made a big budget movie, and you've made a lot of documentaries about your activism.
And a few years ago, I began to think about what I wanted to do. Miss Marvel was coming around, and I thought about a brown Muslim superhero and what impact she would have.
Spoiler alert, fuck all. Her show failed absolutely miserably because there simply wasn't any interest. But there again, why should there be an interest in a character that literally had a postman deliver their superpowers to them?
Died before passing on all her junk to us. Amir, have you lost your ears?
It was the lowest viewed live action Marvel TV show. But again, you fail upwards when you're dealing with activists. So how did she secure her role at Disney with a big budget movie when she's absolutely not qualified in any capacity whatsoever? Oh, well, this is starting to make a little bit more sense now. In January 2017, she was invited to speak at the 47th World Economic Forum and became the first ever artist to co-chair the WEF's annual meeting. So it kind of looks like the WEF is actually funding these projects. They've definitely got something to do with Disney because Disney keep pumping them out. They keep losing money, but they keep making them. So it wouldn't make any sense for them to continue unless they did have the backing and support of something like the WEF. And as we've seen, you get a couple of directorial roles on Ms. Marvel TV show that fails miserably, and suddenly you get given $200 million odd to make a Rey Skywalker-Tine movie that is already destined to fail. Welcome to the new Titanic. Same as the old Titanic. I'll see you in the next video. You take care. Bye for now.